So the project we came to WorkingMouse for was our whole front-end design system was very clunky. It was very messy, so we came to WorkingMouse to develop a system and a methodology to streamline our whole quoting process, which involves a preliminary design using the couplers. So we've got a price that we can give to a builder to say this is what it's going to cost to use our system. Our previous method was very clunky.
A lot of Excel spreadsheets.
There's a lot of Stephen's Excel spreadsheets. Beautiful pieces of coding, I must say. We needed to make them a little more streamlined, let's just say that. I found the Scrum iterations really useful and really helpful just to sit down to the granular detail, working out each of the broader dot points we were going to cover off, exactly what our user acceptance criteria was on that, what was involved in each ticket, what does this one need to do. We'd get all of that sorted out, we'd agree on it in that process. It gets done, then we come back and we sit down and we review each of those individual items.
Aptus was working with an engineer who had built a lot of Python code. The variable names and the terminology used inside it was opaque to a non-engineer. There were issues that getting that code to work with our system while not completely understanding what that code was doing. So it involved a lot of chats with him and with the others at Aptus to make sure our system worked well with his, and that if something did go wrong, that we handle the error in a graceful way.
One of the main reasons that we went down this path was all the intellectual property tied in with the way we used to do things through our Excel spreadsheets and those tools. The knowledge was resting with me a fair bit, and to train somebody up and teach them how I did things was a handbrake on our business, to be perfectly honest.
The biggest challenge designing Aptus was that they already had an existing process of calculating their precast columns across 3 different Excel spreadsheets. And we had to take that and turn it into a wizard that could easily be used on the platform.
All the way through, their estimates of time and cost, I would say, were always met.
The WorkingMouse way of working, for me, really the personalities in the team was a fundamental part of that. Everyone was really relatable, was approachable, was engaged. The personalities of the team made a really big difference to the way of working for me.
The team also made the effort to come out and actually physically see what we do. They took an interest in how we do things. They made sure they understood what it was that we do and how we do it and what we're trying to achieve.
I'd say the team size was spot on. A small team that we had a direct relationship with each of the players in that team, but we had a specialist coder who really got to understand our product and the maths behind it, which is pretty heavy, to be honest, for our task here. And we had a specialist designer creating the user interface and the look, a specialist manager of the team. I think the team size was great, and it allowed those personal relationships with each of the individual people.
The function of the exercise was to remove me from doing any of the crunch work that I was doing, so that process has worked brilliantly. And from the follow-up and the support, it's great because I don't do any of it. Over to you, Ian. If you were to ask what was the single point of has the project been successul, the one indicator is that I haven't worked on it. I haven't worked in it, and I haven't worked on it for the last 6 months. So
there you go. One tick, one big tick.
That'd have to be the biggest tick. The WorkingMouse team stuck to program. We introduced things on the way that actually did add that scope creep. But overall, to land within 10-15% of our initial budget, we're more than happy with that.